All right, good evening. Welcome to Thursday, May 25th, General Board meeting. If we could all rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic which stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I would like to announce that the board met in executive session prior to this meeting to discuss the personnel report, student discipline, tax settlement appeals, and the Teamsters contract. This meeting lasted approximately 1 hour. And now I would like to turn it over to Dr. Christian for some recognitions.
Thank you, Mrs. Paterno. We're happy to welcome Coach Al Collins and our Plymouth White Marsh Boys Liberty Division Championship tennis team. Coach Collins, if you come forward so we can recognize our student athletes, that'd be great.
Thank you, Dr. Christian and fellow board members. James, you can come up. Zach. I'd like to give you a little background on James and Zach. Zach is a senior. He's been on the tennis team for like 4 years. James is a sophomore, second year on the tennis team. They won the Liberty Division District Doubles Tournament. I've been the coach here for, I think, my 14th year. It's the first time that we've ever had a champion in our boys tennis team. So it's a very good achievement for James and Zach. Last season, they came in third place in the Liberty Division, which enabled them to advance to districts. This year, they came in first place. They went to districts again, and they fell in the first round to a team that eventually went to states. So they're going to be competing for state championships. So it was a very competitive match. They played very well, but they had a really good season. James and Zach are both singles players, and for doubles, it's very difficult to get two singles players to combine their talents and to play as a team. But they did it effortlessly. The best chemistry I've ever seen in a doubles team. They were 3-2 in their singles this year, and they were 2-0 in their doubles playing when they played doubles. So they were very good at what they did. So thank you again for allowing us to recognize them as tennis players and winners of the Liberty Division. Okay.
Congratulations to you.
Yeah, keep it up. Congratulations. Yeah, you're only a sophomore, right?
I'm a senior.
You're the senior, so he's got the pressure on him. Keep it up. Congratulations. Yeah, you get more years of pressure on you now.
Hey, Coach. Good job.
Congratulations. Coach, congratulations.
All right, we're going to go on with the meeting. Obviously, you guys are welcome to stay, James and Zach, but if, you don't need to feel obligated. But thank you for being here tonight, and congratulations. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Congratulations. This is a motion to approve minutes as presented in items 4B through 4H, which include board business meeting on 4/2023, HR committee meeting 5/1/23, finance committee meeting 5/1/23, FMT committee meeting 5/1/23, special meeting on 5/8/23, Curriculum Committee meeting 5/8/23, and the CRSL Committee meeting on 5/8/23. That is a motion. May I have a second? Gail? Any questions or comments? All in favor? Okay. This is a motion to approve financial reports as presented in items 5B through 5M for April 2023. May I have a second? Rick? Any questions or comments? All in favor? Motion to approve the April 2023 Treasurer's Report. May I have a second? Sue? Any questions or comments? All in favor? Thank you. Now, are there any public comments on tonight's agenda? Okay, seeing none, I will turn it over to Dr. Christian.
Thank you. Item 8, Superintendent's Report. Board action is requested for items 8A and 8B. Board action is requested for the recommended personnel changes, appointments for promotion, employment or transfer are subject to the presentation of valid credentials, employment verification, documentation, and state mandated requirements.
All right, that is a motion. May I have a second? Sharon? Any questions or comments? All in favor? Okay. Our student reps. I'll let you guys give your report, and then we're going to talk about the two of you for a little bit.
Good evening, Dr. Christian, school board members, and community. Thank you for allowing us the opportunity to provide the monthly school student report.
White Marsh Elementary would like to thank the PTO and the entire school community for a fantastic school year. White Marsh has had so many fun events such as the Ice Cream Social, Pastapalooza, Bingo Night, Scholastic Book Fairs, the Brain Show, the Carnival, etc. White Marsh also can't wait for their annual field day on June 7th, and they wish their third graders the best of luck as they prepare for promotion to CES.
For Ridge Park, to honor Autism Acceptance Month, students engaged in a variety of activities focused on acceptance, including themed dress-up days and morning meeting activities. Students participated in a sensory walk, which was a huge success. Kindergarten orientation was held on Thursday, May 4th. Over 300 people attended, including over 90 incoming kindergartners. Families traveled to different stations around Ridge Park and left with lots of learning goodies. On May 12th, PTO hosted the annual Ridge Park Carnival. There were 5 food trucks, pony rides, a petting zoo, bounce houses, and many games. The event was extremely successful and enjoyed by many families and staff.
Plymouth Elementary hosted their kindergarten carnival on May 4th. Families explored all Plymouth Elementary has to offer and even got to meet Bamboo, the school mascot. Thank you to the PTO, kindergarten teachers, Miss Lisa Larney, and Mr. Steve Moore for helping with this event. The Plymouth Elementary School Spirit Team organized a lemonade stand during all lunches last Friday. All donations went to the Plymouth Playground Project to make playground equipment accessible for all children.
At Conshohocken, on Mondays in May, Conshohocken is hosting a free after-school nature club that is for 2nd grade. This club is run by Riverbend Environmental Center and sponsored by ASTM. The Conshohocken PTO spoiled the Conshohocken staff during Teacher Appreciation Week with food, trucks, snacks, and pizza. We are so appreciative of our families who support us. On May 24th, 2nd graders met with Gregory Chino, who is a nonverbal autistic adult who authored the book, The Autistic Boy in the Unruly Body. All Conshohocken classes have received a copy of his book and have learned about living with apraxia. Gregory communicates through a letterboard, and the students get to ask him questions and engage with him through his letterboard.
CES hosted their spring concert on April 19th, which was amazing and well attended. Last week, 3rd graders from all elementary schools visited CES to get a tour and a glimpse of their next 2 years. 5th graders recently visited the middle school and attended the Iron Pigs baseball game this past Tuesday. 4th graders will go on a trip to the Riverbend Environmental Education Center in the next few weeks. Last Thursday was the last fun-filled Trailblazer Day of the year. Students got popsicles from the PTO and enjoyed fun games and beach-themed illustrations. Last Friday, CES hosted a glow dance party sponsored by the PTO. This was a huge success with over 500 students in attendance.
26 CMS Latin students won awards for testing and exemplary projects presented at the Philadelphia Classical Society's annual competition in February. Congrats to them. CMS presented the first ever 6th grade musical, Willy Wonka Kids, on May 5th and 6th. 80 students participated in the cast and crew. They were even featured on NBC 10 in a quick clip highlighting the production. Please join us in congratulating grade 8 math teacher Tanya Prickett. Mrs. Prickett was selected as the grand prize winner of Citadel's annual contest. She was presented with the $5,000 monetary award, and CMS also received $5,000 as part of the honor. She received her award on May 1st, and she was surprised by students, fellow teachers, administrators, and her family, as well as television crews from Fox 29.
In April, PW hosted the freshman and sophomore dances, which were a big hit. PW also had their Jazz Cafe on April 17th, featuring the PW Jazz Band as well as 5 local jazz bands. PW Minithon raised over $36,000 at their event a few weeks ago. It was a great time. 2 PW students have qualified for the PA State Modern Language Association Global Scholars Program, and 19 PW students represented our district at the TSA State Conference. The Student Coalition at White Marsh Police hosted the DUI simulator for students in several PW health and PE classes last week. Junior and senior prom were both held in the past few weeks. Both events were a blast. Seniors are getting ready for graduation with many events coming up, such as senior awards, senior dinner, etc. And that is the conclusion of our May 25th, 2023 student report. With this being our last meeting, we wanted to take a second to reflect on our time as school board representatives. We have really enjoyed the opportunity to be in touch with all of the schools in our district and community. It has been an amazing learning experience, and thank you all for your time.
Thank you for your service. Could you guys tell us a little bit about your plans after graduation? And I don't mean going potentially down to the beach. I mean next fall.
I'm going to Duke University.
And I'm going to Ohio State.
Do you know what you're going to study?
I'm studying math and business.
And I'll be studying public policy. Thank you.
Well, on behalf of the board and administration, we really appreciate your dedication, your professionalism. You're both outstanding students. And a little bird told me that you might be going to Duke and Ohio State. So if you look in your bags, make sure you get the right one, because I'm pretty sure they're rivals when they meet. But congratulations, and can't wait to see you at graduation. And it's a very exciting time of year.
And also make sure when you go, you slide your nameplate out and take those with you. All right, we will move on to new business this evening. Election of board secretary. Section 404 of the Public School Code directs the Colonial School Board of Directors shall, during the month of May, select a secretary for a term of 4 years beginning on the 1st of July following such election. So this is a motion to appoint Jessica Lester for the position of secretary. May I have a second? Rick? Any questions or comments? All in favor? Now, this is a motion to appoint Rick Carpenter as the Colonial School District's voting delegate for the 2023 PSBA Delegate Assembly meeting. May I have a second? Chris? All in favor? Now, Chris, you're up.
Sure. Motion to approve the revisions to the policies outlined below on the first read basis. Policy number 101, mission statement, vision statement, shared values. And policy 251, students experiencing homelessness, foster care, and other educational instability.
Okay. May I have a second? Gail? Any questions or comments? All in favor? Thank you. Sue?
This is a motion to approve the adoption of Board Policy 331, reduction of staff on a second read basis. This is a new policy and is categorized as a legal liability.
May I have a second? Will? Any questions or comments?
Just want to say that, especially since there are CEA leadership people in the audience, obviously there's no intent on our part to reduce our staff. This is something we have to have a policy on. So I just want to make sure that's clear. That's it.
Right. All in favor? Thank you. Sue?
This is a motion to delete policy 332, guidance counselors 11-month employment. Deletion of this policy is a PSBA recommendation, as the language is not considered policy and is better suited for a handbook or as an internal process. This policy was formerly 432, but was renumbered 332 to conform with PSBA's standard numbering format, and now we're making a motion to eliminate.
Okay. May I have a second on that motion? Chris? Any questions or comments? All right. All in favor? Thank you. And now Rick.
Motion to approve and adopt the 2023-2024 final budget totaling $151,153,201, which includes a real estate tax rate of 25.02, an increase of 2.56%. The 2023-2024 final budget totals $151,153,201, which is an increase of $5,952,434, or 4.1% over the 2022-2023 spending plan. The final budget includes a real estate tax of 25.02 mils, or 020 mils, an increase of 0.625 mils, or 2.56%. The new real estate tax equates to an additional $62.45 per year for each $100,000 of taxable assessed value, or an increase of $95.46 on the district's median assessed value of a homestead property, which is $154,000. The 2023-2024 final budget in the state-required format utilizing Form PDE 2028 is attached and is available for public review on the district's website.
Okay. May I have a second to that motion? Sue? Any questions or comments? Okay. All in favor? Thank you.
Motion to approve the 2023-2024 taxation rates, fees, and billing dates as presented. 2023-2024 real estate tax of 25.020 mils. Act 511 earned income tax rate of 1%, 50% shared with resident municipality. Real estate transfer tax of 1%, 50% shared with resident municipality. Amusement tax rate of 10%, 50% shared with Plymouth and White Marsh Townships. Real estate tax certification fee of $25 per property. Billing date for 2023-2024 real estate tax bills of July 1st, 2023.
May I have a second to that motion? Gail? Any questions or comments? All in favor? Thank you. Again.
Motion to approve the Colonial School District Real Estate Tax Installment Payment Plan Resolution that is an option for all taxpayers. This action will allow for 3 equal installments of 1/3 of the flat tax due on August 15th, September 30th, and October 31st. Discount period allowing a 2% discount will be from July 1st to August 31st. The flat period will be from September 1st to October 31st. The penalty period will be for taxes received after October 31st and will be subject to a 10% late penalty.
May I have a second? Sharon? Any questions or comments? All in favor? Thank you.
Also have a motion to accept property tax relief funds. Motion to accept $3,846,685.64 in property tax relief as provided by Special Session Act 1 of 2006, and to further establish the 2023 exclusion of $15,358 from each eligible homestead and farmstead assessment within the Colonial School District to produce a maximum tax reduction amount of $384.27. The Pennsylvania Department of Education has certified that, pursuant to Special Section Act 1 of 2006, it will distribute $3,846,685.64 during the 2023-2024 school year to the Colonial School District for property tax relief. 50% of the funds will be received in August 2023, with the remaining 50% due in October. A resolution, which is attached, is sought in which the district resolves to accept the funds and to set the maximum property tax reductions for its approved homesteads and farmstead properties at $384.27 by authorizing an assessment reduction to each eligible property in the amount of $15,358. The assessment reduction amount multiplied by the 2023-2024 real estate tax rate of 25.020 produces the tax reduction amount of $384.27. This reduction is $4.69 more than last year's amount of $379.58.
May I have a second? Will. Any questions or comments? All in favor? Thank you.
Motion to approve the attached list of banking and investment institutions for the 2023-2024 fiscal year. Section 621 of the Public School Code directs that the Board of School Directors at any school district shall designate one or more banks or trust companies as depositories for school funds. Therefore, school board approval is sought to approve the Pennsylvania School District Liquid Asset Fund in conjunction with PNC Bank as the primary depository for school funds. The attached is a listing of banks and investment depositories and is recommended for solicitation of interest rates for school investments during the 23-24 school year. Investments are subject to confirmation of bank maintenance and legally required collateral.
May I have a second? Sue, any questions or comments? All in favor?
Motion to approve the stipulation to settle the assessment appeals of the properties outlined below, listed on board docs.
May I have a second? Chris, any questions or comments? All in favor? Thank you. Will.
Motion to approve the quote from Advantage Fitness to provide equipment for the Colonial Middle School Fitness Center as presented.
May I have a second? Rick, any questions or comments? All in favor? Thank you.
Motion to approve the budget and payments in the budget for the 6th grade musical production of Willy Wonka Kids as presented. Colonial Middle School's production of Willy Wonka Kids will take place, or took place, on May 5th and 6th in the Colonial Middle School, attached to the production budget for the CMS 6th grade musical Willy Wonka Kids.
May I have a second? Sue, any questions or comments? All in favor? Thank you.
Lastly, a motion to approve the administration's recommendation to award the copier and printer leasing to Edwards Business Systems. The district requested proposals for the leasing of copiers and printers district-wide. 3 proposals were received. Administration recommends that copiers and printers be provided and leased through Edwards Business Systems.
May I have a second? Sharon, any questions or comments? All in favor? Thank you. Chris.
I got a fun one. Motion to approve a modification to the 2022-23 school calendar to reflect Thursday, June 15th, 2023, as the last day of school for students. That's one day earlier than we had originally on the calendar.
So may I have a second? Will? Dr. Christian.
We built in 2 snow days, and we only used one of them. It was actually the day before the winter break. We fortunately had a very mild winter, so we were originally scheduled to finish the year with 2 half-days on June 15th and 16th. Pending board approval, it will end on June 15th will still be a half-day, but students will not be required to come in on June 16th. Our staff will be in, as per their collective bargaining agreement, and we'll have some professional development that day, and we'll be sending pending board approval, we'll be sending a message to our community tomorrow morning so that they can properly plan.
Any other questions, comments? All right, all in favor? All right, yeah. June 15th will be the last student day. Sue.
Motion to approve the administration's request that authority be granted to the district superintendent for the time period of May 25th, 2023 through the next regularly scheduled board meetings in September of 2023 to appoint qualified personnel to vacant positions contingent upon the board ratifying the employment of such personnel at the next regularly scheduled public meeting.
May I have a second, please? Rick, any questions or comments?
Dr. Christian, you want to explain?
I sure can. Since the board only meets, generally the board doesn't meet in July and only meets once a month for hiring of personnel, and because we're growing and we have about 9 retirements plus several new positions we're actively interviewing right now. This enables us, the administration, to offer teachers a position, prospective teachers and employees a position that day, rather than to wait for the board approval. We certainly keep the board apprised of what we're doing from a personnel perspective. But as many people know, across the Commonwealth and across the nation, there's a shortage of teachers. So competition is stiff to get the best quality, the best candidates that we can. So this enables us to do that. Also, if we are attracting teachers who presently work for another public school, there's a regulation and a law that they can be held for 60 calendar days. So the ability to be able to hire somebody on June 17th, for example, versus waiting until the August board meeting, that individual can be held for 60 days. And we really want to make sure that we're able to get everybody here for day one. And this is an annual process that the board, we ask the board to do.
Okay. Any other questions or comments? All in favor? Thank you. Solicitor's report.
Thank you, but I have no report.
Thank you. Now we'll move on to our committee reports. Chris?
No report for CRSL.
Okay. Sharon?
Sure, I'll summarize the curriculum committee of the board meeting that was held on May 8th. So Dr. Deborah Broderick and Dr. Ed Titus, who are coordinators and instructors from Central Monco Technical High School, shared about 2 programs being offered to senior students at CMTHS, the Teacher Academy Program, speaking of the teacher pipeline, and the Allied Health Program. Dr. Broderick shared that the Teacher Academy Program gives students a rich experience where they go off to college really prepared and are encouraged to enter the teaching profession. And Dr. Titus shared about the Allied Health Program, that it offers a lot of career exploration in the allied health field, as well as college credit opportunities and dual enrollment with Montgomery County Community College. And CMTHS is still accepting applications for next year. A few other notes. Music teacher Tanya Kaufman shared highlights from the National Association of Music Educators Eastern Conference and the session she attended and presented at the curriculum meeting. Speech and language pathologist for grades K-5, Mary Therese Sabatino, shared highlights from the Implementation Science is for All, the Power of Partnerships Conference at the MGH Institute. The conference focused on research and data and the implementation of science, research, and frameworks. We also had Mrs. Figueroa Douglas, who gave us an overview of the PSSM, the Psychological Sense of School Membership Survey, and revisited the results of the survey that were also reviewed at the last EIB meeting. And then the final note, which we already discussed, is we reviewed Policy 101, the mission statement, vision statement, shared values policy.
Great, thank you. Will, anything for facilities?
I have no report.
Okay. Rick, anything else for finance?
Finance Committee met on Monday, May 1st, resulting in the lengthy set of proposed motions just approved. The committee reviewed financing the proposed CES renovations, the proposed final budget, CMS fitness equipment, CMS 6th grade musical, copier lease proposals, reviewing the tax collector agreement, as well as an update of the 2022-2023 budget. The proposed final budget ended up requiring a tax increase of 2.56%, which was relatively good news as it was down from 2.9% in the previous iteration. The 22-23 budget is not trending as favorably as the previous year had, but is still on target to finish the year within the parameters set.
Great, thank you. Sue, anything for HR?
No report?
Okay, Chris.
Sure. For Central Monco Technical High School, Wednesday, May 31st at 7 p.m. is their graduation, and it will be held at Colonial Middle School. That'll be a really great night.
And I just want to add, I know our 7th graders took field trips over to the tech school a couple weeks ago, and I heard, some really good feedback. So that's great. IU, Sharon.
No report at this time.
Okay, Rick, anything for legislative?
No report.
All right. Any municipality community reports?
I was just, Plymouth Township Day is June 3rd. Also, the BCA's annual fashion show is also on the same date, June 3rd, but in the evening, so you can make both.
I'll add one more to June 3rd for Conshohocken. It's the Mayor's Arts Festival and Car Show. We also have the fireworks will be July 3rd this year with the rain date of July the 8th. And Soapbox Derby, of course, down Fayette Street, July 4th. So there's a lot more happening in Conshohocken, so check out the borough website for more information.
Great, thank you. Gail, anything for the foundation?
Yes, just we had a successful Foundation Day on May 7th, and I just wanted to especially thank Joe and his team for all of the work they did to help set up, break down. It was a lot of setup and breakdown, so we truly appreciate the time and the effort that you guys took to get it, make it a successful event.
I'll make sure everyone knows.
There are some other things listed for your information. There's information on board docs about the school activity accounts, athletic activity accounts, curriculum report, technology report, building reports. And then that brings us to public comment. Is there any public comments this evening? All right, are there any? You could just please state your name and place of residence. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Jamie Kaplan. I live in White Marsh Township. I wasn't planning on saying anything tonight, but since it doesn't seem like anyone else showed up, I just wanted to ask a favor of all of the board members who I know already give so much of their time to the school district. Please do some research and find out what is going on at Colonial Middle School with respect to a series of physical altercations and anti-Semitic language being used against students. I have a daughter in 5th grade. I have read a lot about this stuff on Facebook, so it's all secondhand. But I am concerned about sending my daughter to middle school next year, and you set the policies and the schools enforce them, and I would really appreciate it if you just figure out what's going on and hopefully some changes can be made so that things are better next year. Thank you.
Mrs. Kaplan, I'm happy to meet with you after the meeting if you want to stay.
Okay. Any other public comment this evening? Any board comment?
Say congratulations to all the seniors. I think this is the last time we'll meet before you guys graduate, I believe. And thank you to all the district staff, teachers, and administrators who helped make this another successful school year.
Good. All right. Looking forward to graduation and all the moving up ceremonies that are taking place across the district in the next couple weeks before the new last day of school, which hopefully will have some kids excited. All right. Anything else from anyone? All right. Seeing none, this meeting is adjourned. Thank you.